Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It is Saturday and I am home again. It is the weekend. Happy Saturday to everyone out there. Um, Today, if you don't know already, is my last day of going live. I've been doing this experiment since last Sunday, so for a week, and I decided that I was going to go live every day from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. For a week straight, just to see what would happen, if anything, with the algorithm. If publishing once a day for a week would make a difference, or if live would make a difference, and also just wanting to interact with you guys face to face, something like that. My face. Your comments. So, yeah, speaking of comments, go ahead and comment if you would like me to answer any questions that you have, or comment, or have any final thoughts after this week. Today, I just wanted to touch on a couple different things really quick. And of course, if you do have any questions, feel free to comment those in the question section or the comment section. But first of all, I wanted to give you kind of a little recap of what I've learned so far from this experiment. I am going to be making a video all about this, just a regular video that I publish, and I will be looking at my analytics and taking a look back. I've recorded some of the lives that I've done and just giving you my opinion on how this went. But I'm going to give you some of that right now, just from the fact of doing it for the last 7 days. So if you're thinking about doing live, and also put in the chat what you're doing with your YouTube channels, or if you have one, where you're at in your stages, your YouTube life stages, and then I can help you kind of from there. So I would not recommend doing a live stream every day for 7 days straight if you are brand spanking new to YouTube, and you've not uploaded any videos or hardly any, and you have a fear of being on camera. I don't know why you would do that, but I'm just saying, I would definitely get some experience first of being on camera recorded before you do any sort of live. And I'm not saying that you aren't going to be good on camera. This isn't about camera skills necessarily. It's more about, it can be very nerve-wracking for someone who hasn't put their face out there at all before, and then to go live is just like a huge thing. So yeah, first of all, I would recommend doing some recorded videos and actually publishing them first on your channel, and then kind of sitting down and thinking about why you want to go live. Is it because you want to interact with the audience that you have? Do you want to grow that core group of subscribers, your tribe, if you will? I think that's one of the best reasons, honestly. This is like, you cannot get that any other way besides the live type thing, because they can talk to you in real time. And I think it means a lot to your subscribers and your viewers that you are taking the time to be there and wait for their questions. So if you are wanting to get to know your audience a little bit better and trying to build relationships with your viewers, rather than just trying to get a big number of subscribers, then I would recommend going live. The other thing that I have mentioned before that I didn't think about was, it has helped my watch time, just because these are about half an hour. And if people are logging on and watching them for even 10 minutes, and several people are doing that, even, when I just get off the live, I already have several hours of watch time. And for a brand new channel, that is huge. Every little bit of watch time helps, right? You got to get like 4,000 hours at least of watch time. Sorry, there is a bee swarming around me, and I'm allergic, so I have to move. So you have to get that 4,000 hours of watch time at least, and then the 1,000 subscribers to even be considered to be monetized for your channel. So every little bit counts, every hour, every minute counts. So I didn't even think about that, since these videos are much longer than my normal videos, which tend to be anywhere between like 12 minutes. A 15-minute video would be a long one for me. So to have like a 30-minute video, that just really adds up. And then you have several people in real time just watching it already. You don't have to wait for them to watch it. And then once you do publish it, then, this bee, I'm so sorry. I might have to go inside. It's like, it loves me. Okay, come on, Tuli. Sorry, that was a little impromptu, but I cannot have a bee buzzing around me. So let me turn on the light here. 1 second. This is another thing you should take into consideration when you're going live. You can't predict if a bee's going to sting you. And if you're allergic, that's a problem. So take those things into consideration. You can't predict bees and bugs swarming around, or people working on their fence over there, or mowing their lawn, or airplane noise. I was filming a video 2 days ago on Thursday when I was going live with you guys here, and when I was filming the video, I think, same thing happened. Like, as I'm starting my shot, the intro, a bug flies in my shot. And then another time, the next time, a huge airplane flew by. It was like not just a commercial plane, it was a military plane, so it was much louder. And so those are things that I could have stopped and started over, but when you're live, you just have to keep going. So lucky for me, this is a little more casual, so it's not like I have to take that too seriously. Okay, thanks for your live work for a week. Congrats. Thank you. And that's another thing. It brings up a great point is I've told you guys I've been live before on TV, but this is different because you're constantly but you're monitoring your comments and stuff. And there was one day, I think it was here, where I got some people commenting on my live video that I didn't know who they were. Of course, you can have people who you don't know who they are, but it was very distracting, and they were not like good comments, and it just kept filling up my feed over there. And so I was trying to like pick out the good comments, or the ones that you guys were actually here for, about YouTube and stuff, and try not to let those comments distract me, because they were basically internet trolls. So I didn't really even think about that happening. And it was a day where I was cooking, so I just had a million things going on. So that's another thing to take into consideration if you're going to be going live is be ready for some internet trolls, even if you're a very small channel. I don't know how they found me. Maybe they look for people who are live to do stuff with, but yeah, take that into consideration. But yes, it is actually, it's work if you think about it. So I did 7 days. I did a week straight. And so that's 3.5 hours straight of doing live. And then whatever preparation I had, I outlined several points I wanted to make for each one. So that way I would have stuff to talk about and be prepared. And of course, I waited for you guys' questions, but you can't just expect people to comment and ask questions the entire time, especially if you're a new channel. You have to have something prepared to talk about. Otherwise, it's going to be even more nerve-wracking, because if you're new, you're just not going to know what to say. It's like getting up in front of your college speech 101 class and not actually having an outline or anything prepared to say and just expecting people to ask questions. It just doesn't work that way. You got to have something to go off of, and then you're going to be much happier and feel much more prepared to go live. Let me see. I think those were the main things I wanted to cover. So yeah, like, consider why you want to go live. Is it to connect to your audience? Is it because you want to get more watch time or subscribers? I have noticed I've gotten some subscribers from these live videos. Just a few, but that's great. That's awesome. And then, but what has really meant a lot to me is people saying, like your comment, thanks so much for doing this. It's been awesome. Or, one person said yesterday, thanks so much. This was my favorite live yet. It's great information. And that really makes me feel great that I'm actually helping you guys, and I have some information to share. So that is one big one for me. I wanted to interact with you, and then also I wanted to share information with you. To recap, there are going to be things that are unpredictable, like swarming bees, and just depending on where you were. When I was in live like TV, this is kind of a side thing, but the busier, like the crazier places, the events that you went to, you had to expect more possibilities of crazy things happening. So if I were, downtown at a live event, like a concert or some sort of festival or something, I had to be prepared for possible shenanigans. So you have to like outweigh your risks, right? So obviously, if you're in an environment where you can control it, like inside your home, for the most part, you can control that, except for like your dog's barking or something or whatever, for whatever reason. So yes, take that into consideration. Okay, let's take a little second here, make sure we don't have anything else to cover from you guys. Any other questions or comments? Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to go over today, and that is horrible lighting, I apologize. I don't know why that bee just loved me so much, but it's so nice out here. This is so funny. It still is there. It's like waiting for me. Okay, this is entertainment for you guys. Never mind. We'll just stay here and stay in my kitchen. You guys know my kitchen well. Okay. All right. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is the possibility of burning out doing your YouTube channel. So not many people think about that. It's about, a lot of people think about like, oh, just getting the, inertia to go, to get your YouTube channel started, to record the videos, to be on camera, how to outline, will people like my videos? And that is part of it. But not only is it is a ton of work. Watching YouTube, the YouTubers, it looks like so much fun. It's like a dream job, in which it is. It is so much fun and it's such a great job, but it takes a ton of work. Behind the scenes is so much more work than you actually see. And you guys know that if you already have a YouTube channel. I mean, just putting the video out there and just recording the video is like one fifth the amount of work, or even less. Like there's so much post production, editing and getting all the like data into the YouTube video and optimizing it, and then outlining and making sure your search terms are good and people want to watch your video and search for it and find it helpful and your information is correct. And so that is exhausting. It's a little bit mentally exhausting. So you have to watch out for burning out. I've watched other creators whom I don't know, but I've just seen videos from creators that I like to watch, who I follow. And quite a few of them have videos about burning out, just because it is just incredibly taxing, honestly, on your, mental health, and then physical as well. Like when we were doing those challenge videos, it's exhausting. So that's just something that you should probably take into consideration before you get started, is the possibility of that. Think of it just like a 40-hour week job, or more actually, because you're going to be working for yourself, or you might have a small team, but you're going to have to work as long or as hard as it takes to make your videos and get them to be successful. So you have to think about it like that. And if you already have a full-time job, a regular day job, and then you have YouTube on top of it, that is a big undertaking. That's really something to think about, because you don't want yourself to get burnt out. You don't want to like put all these batch all these videos, have this great start and put them all out there, and then just leave and have no publishing schedule. And what if you get an audience, but then you're done publishing videos because, you're just like, I'm done. I put 20 videos out there. I can't, I'm tired. Rather than just keeping those videos in a backlog and publishing like twice a week. And that's another good thing, is to get those videos prepared, get them ready to go, so that you can have them in the can, ready to go, ready to fire for your twice a week. Right now I publish on Thursdays and Sundays. And then, by the way, I'll have another video tomorrow, which is very exciting. It's not the recap of this whole experience. It's actually another video that's a little bit different. If you, I'll give you a little sneak peek, but if you watched us on Bidspool, which is now Channel Makers, you probably saw the video about Emma Cruises. Well, I did an update with her because she's awesome and she's doing great, and her channel is just blowing up and taking off, and she's having some great growth. So I do another update with her, and I'm going to be posting that tomorrow. I just went off on a tangent there. Anyways, yes. So being consistent rather than, go in the beginning. It's like a mile, the mile. Okay. Did you run the mile in high school? I mean, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like sprint as hard as you can or try to sprint the whole thing, but then you get burnt out in the middle, and then you end up losing, right? Running the mile, you have to be consistent. You have to have endurance. So the same thing with YouTube. You have to have endurance and in the long term, and look at it as a long-term project and goal, and monetize your channel rather than, sometimes, like, if you're like me, I'm kind of an all or nothing person. So if I get a project, I'm like all gung ho and stuff, but you have to really consider this like a lifelong project. If this is really what you want to do, and you want to like create a passive income and potentially replace your current income. So yeah, that is kind of the more physical aspect of it. And then also I wanted to talk about kind of the toll that it can take on you mentally as well, because the more and more you grow, you will get some, unfortunately, you probably will get some negative comments. I hope you don't, but that's just something that you have to kind of be prepared for. Some people might not like the style of your videos. If they don't like your personality, that's an issue. That's their problem, because you can't change your personality. And if you're putting your best foot forward out there and doing the best you can, then there's just nothing you can do about that. And you could kindly say, all right. But other than that, people, I don't know why people do that. I don't know why there are internet trolls out there. It's like, there's lots of videos to watch out there and lots of things to do. Why do you have to be negative on someone's channel? But they do. That's just the reality of it. And you just have to think of it as it is interaction. Actually, I was talking to Emma Cruises the other day, and she brought up a really good point that she does lives as well on her channel. She does them every Friday. And she's getting popular, and so she's got a lot of people on there. And so now she has moderators on her lives because she needs people to moderate her comments. She doesn't possibly, she can't read them all and focus on her live at the same time. So she has people helping her out, but she said she was going to be getting even more because she's getting some people on there that are pretty distracting. And so what she says is, I'm not really going to focus on commenting back or giving them the time of day, because that takes away time from my end goal, and then also interacting with the people who actually are there and care and are there to, be my fan base and listen to the stuff that I have to say. So I thought that was a really good point. So if you do get, something negative out there, just try not to take it personally. I have gone through this as in the news, it's just inevitable. People don't like everything, there's always going to be someone out there. So try not to take it personally, and I know it sounds, easy, but it's not. But try to focus on the positive things that people have to say to you and about your information, rather than the negative, because if you do really focus on those things and listen to the negative feedback, that is going to cause you to burn out possibly. And you don't want that. If you really have great information to share, you shouldn't let that stop you. Yes. Hi, Mike. Can I ask you something specific about how often to publish? Of course you can. Go for it. You just fire off your questions. You guys, any questions you have, let me know. I am on here for just a few more minutes. So any comments or questions, let me know. This is the last day of live, but I'm not saying there wouldn't be a possibility of any more in the future. I'm thinking about it. I don't think like for a week straight, but I think I like this. I like this platform. It's way, way different than a recorded video. Okay, so question about how often to publish a video. Ricky and Jim said recently, can't remember where, I think it was a P24 podcast, publish 2 videos a week, but not more, as more could hurt your channel. Do you have an opinion on that? Because I don't agree. There are YouTubers who post quality content every second day and have huge success. So what do you have to say about only 2 videos a week? Well, I agree with them on that. 2 videos a day. That's what I'm currently doing. And actually that maybe for different reasons than you think, because it actually goes along with what I was just talking about. 2 videos a week is it's quite a bit of work to film and edit and publish and outline 2 videos alone. If you're going to be doing more than 2 videos when you're getting started or in the beginning stages, that could cause you to burn out. So that's my reasoning why. And I've said it before in a video, like the first week, 4 videos, if you can, you get those ready to go and then fire them off in the first week, 4, and then 3 videos in the next week, and then 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, and then possibly 1 later. But, and I'm not saying this is the only way to do it. There's plenty of ways to do it that are success, other people are getting success from. But I would wonder if those people that you're talking about are pretty established, bigger channels. Because at that point, if they have a big subscriber base, they're kind of waiting there for their videos. And so their videos are going to do well because they're getting a lot of views already just because they have a huge subscriber base. Now, that is not from YouTube or the algorithm. That is my little hypothesis there. But I'll look more into that for you, Mike. But I would just be wary just because of the possibility of burning out. Every other day for a recorded video, a quality video is a lot. And if you can make 2 really good quality videos with awesome information and do your research, there's no reason why you can't do that. But I mean, there's possibility every other day. I just wouldn't advise for it when you're a very beginning YouTuber. Does that make sense? I don't know. So yeah, the main thing for me is that shows a red flag for me just because in the beginning, I don't think any YouTuber should be doing every other week. And that brings up another point that I wanted to bring up is in the beginning, and I'm realizing this myself, it can be really easy when you are firing off your videos and your channel is getting started and you're just in that ghost town phase and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting for more subscribers and likes and all of that and views. It can be really easy to kind of almost get obsessed with checking your analytics and in there every day and refreshing it several times a day. And that can get to a point where it's almost not healthy because you're almost putting your worth into how many likes and subscribers and views you get. So, I'm not the expert on exactly the right amount of time you should be checking your analytics, but I will say just keep that in mind because that's something that I have noticed about myself. I need to take it back and, not because I find myself even on weekends, checking my analytics and seeing what's going on. And you need to take a little bit of a break from it. Try not to check your analytics more than once a day. I would advise probably every other day or maybe when you first publish a video. But just try not to, because the main reason is you'll get discouraged pretty fast because you'll just see a very, very small growth or nothing at all, within a couple days if your channel is brand new. And then it's then if you've been putting out this quality content and you're not seeing that instant growth, that can be hard, and that could cause burnout as well. It takes time. It's like a flower, you got to plant the seed, let it grow. It takes several days and several weeks. Okay. Thanks. Yes. Solo versus having a team makes a big difference on the burnout factor. That is a very good point. Yeah, if you can have a team with you, or even just one person makes a huge difference. I do have help from time to time. Of course, I can do everything on my own. I film and edit and outline and do all the things. But more recently, I've had help, with editing and videography, and it's just really, really nice. A lot of times, like, you guys have seen those sequences I do in the kitchen where in the beginning, you'll see like me cooking, but it's very fast and stuff. Those take a lot of work to film and edit, just because a lot of times I'm having to film like a wide, a medium, a close-up shot of the same thing. Like, so I have to repeat the same shot. And then editing, you have to splice all those things together, which is totally fine. And I love it and it's great. But when you're filming it all yourself and you're like cooking, you're stirring the cookies in the bowl and you're trying to film it with one hand and then get the next shot, it takes a lot of time, a lot. So yes, having a second person really does help immensely. Have you seen successful channels beginning with only one video a week from the beginning? I don't have any that I can think of off the top of my head. That is just a very slow growth. And the reason I say that is Jim and Ricky say it too, is when you post 2 videos a week, think about it, there is 52 weeks in a year. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you only post 1 video a week, that's only 52 chances a video can take off. But if you post twice, that's double the amount of chances. Think of each video as a chance, like for whatever reason, you don't know why, you're just firing things out there, and one takes off, one goes viral, it gets a lot of views, your audience loves it. It's just doubling your chances of seeing success faster. So you'd have to, work 2 years to get the same chances rather than if you post twice a week for an entire year. That's my theory on it. But I know it's possible. Anything's possible. But I think that the 2 is just kind of that happy medium where you have those 2 chances a week, but also you're not going to get like extremely burnt out yet. So, all right, you guys, we just have like 1 minute left. So let me know if you have any last minute questions or comments over there in the comment section. Do you give yourself visual cut cues when filming to make editing easier later? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but when I go into editing, I should probably do that. But when I go into editing, I do remember like what I've shot and it's super easy for me to edit them up. What I normally do is just use like in those sequences, I'll just use the little parts with the action and the sound. So it makes it really fast and your brain doesn't realize like what is really happening, if that makes sense. So it's easy for me to go in and say like, say I throw the banana or something. Well, I'm not going to show me like grabbing the banana and like waiting and throwing the thing and la la la. I'm only going to show the part where the banana hits the counter and then move on. So that's my style of editing. I kind of have visual cues in my head. Like when you say a phrase or a line over again to cut it out. Yeah, no, I don't. But that is a good idea and a good question. That's kind of what I do. That is one thing about being your own editor and videographer. Like, you know what you're shooting, and when you go into editing, you already kind of have an idea of what you've shot and what you're going to use. When I was a reporter, we had so little time to get our stories done that when we did go out and shoot stuff, and especially when we were interviewing people, if we heard them say something that we liked and we knew we wanted to use it in the story or the package, we called it, we would like either take down the time code on the camera, which you can do. If you realize you got a really good shot or something, you can take down the time code, or we would throw up like zebra bars, and so you would know in editing. So that is a little bit of a tip for you. Okay, well, we are 10:30. That was a really fast live. I think it was because I was running in and out trying not to get stung by bees. Awesome. All right, so no edits required for live. Are you glad that the live run is done? No, I mean, I've loved it, honestly, but I would, for you guys, if you guys consider this, I would just not rely on people asking you questions the whole time, because it takes a good like 10, maybe 15 minutes of people to really catch on and realize you're live and then get in there and start commenting and stuff. So for the first at least 10 to 15 minutes, and for the entire thing, be prepared with an outline to have something to talk about. That's why every time I get in here, I do know that I have a couple things that I do want to bring up, and I don't really have a problem ad-libbing, so that's okay. And I don't get nervous. Maybe I should. But yeah, so it's been a great experience, but I can see myself implementing this into my channel, but on a little bit of a smaller scale. So I'll keep you posted on that. But all right, well, thanks guys, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it so much. You can always comment in the community section of my YouTube channel if you want any other additional questions to ask. And Stig says, definitely enjoying the journey of this channel. Keep it up. Thank you. It's awesome. And I'm trying things as well. I'm just kind of evolving as I go, listening to things, people say. I had a comment, somebody said, they're not sure the cooking thing mixes with teaching YouTube. And so I'm taking that into consideration. My main point with that is just to show you guys a little slice of my life, and then also try to keep it interesting, because I assume you guys probably don't like the videos where the shot doesn't change at all and I'm just talking to you the entire time, but maybe you do. So whatever style you like, you let me know. So I'm just constantly changing depending on what you guys like. All right, well, you guys have a great weekend, and yes, I will have a video out tomorrow. Keep a look for that. It's an update with Emma Cruises, so that'll be fun. And then I've got some good videos coming up in the next couple weeks. I have that one about what it's like to be a news reporter and anchor, and then what my job is like now. So I would say I'll see you next time, but I'll see you in the next recorded video. How about that? All right, see you guys.